Francisco. Garrett Selleck, 28 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A first down carry for Davis. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. A dump off for Davis. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Off-play action. Nash. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a first down. First down, 49ers. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. McKinnon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Now McKinnon. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, Nash. A dump down to McKinnon. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On now, the Bears' all-time leading scorer, Robbie Gould, kicking against his former team. This from 54 yards away. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and the Bears will get the football back. Onto the field now come the Bears. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Now the fullback, Juszczyk. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd down, McKinnon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Nash is going to find his running back. It's complete. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now with Juszczyk. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
It's just me and you.
Off the play fake. Nash. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, it told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Watch my board. Check pass. Check pass.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Handoff, it's McKinnon. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nash. And he finds his tight end, Salek. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Nash, and Matthews makes the ground. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Trubisky. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, McKinnon again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go draw play to McKinnon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Nash. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Mitchell Trubisky and the Bears set to begin their next drive. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And it's a fumble. And this is going to be 49er football. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this.
And it is cold.
And it is cold. It's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. They'll run on first down. McKinnon, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's McKinnon on the draw. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Nash. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, Nash. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
To throw on 3rd down, Nash. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Gold is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Here's Davis now. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trubisky will throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. They go play action. Trubisky. It's caught by Davis. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Jerick McKinnon making his way back onto the field. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. To throw on second down, Nash, throw left side, caught by Goodwin. 6 catches in the wild card victory last week, and now 6 catches here and a first down. This quarterback now still just the one incompletion, 16 of 17. It's first down. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely, 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw, Nash.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
They run it with McCammon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's McCannon. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, I know that play didn't work very well, but an old New York Giants quarterback taught me a lesson a long time ago. Sometimes running the draw actually takes courage in play calling. You're actually setting something up for later in the game, and just because it was unsuccessful then doesn't mean it won't be successful later.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Nash. He finds McCannon, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play, the head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
When you could just feel it on their sideline, the air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right, a spark, a little bit of hope.
That's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he tried to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. And that's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. Now 40 under pressure, and they get it. It's blocked. And they are going to take possession of the football. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, Nash. And he lost the football. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
2nd and 6. Khalil Mack leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. He finds Matthews. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Gould is able to put it through. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. Torrey Smith, a touchdown catch in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Nash, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Nash looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Off-play action. Nash completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. They run once more with McKinnon. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 31. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first.
Ready? Right. Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Off the play fake. Nash gets this one to Juszczyk. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nash. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So out comes the field goal team once more. And remember, he had 1 blocked earlier. The kick by Gold is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's got another field goal, his fourth now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go again with Davis. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Mike.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
On first down, Davis.
You got nothing to run.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. On 2nd and a couple, Trubisky completes it to the tight end, Burton. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Bears cut into that lead. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Pretty rare penalty on the Pro Bowl left tackle, Joe Staley. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nash is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Nash looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. .43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They begin with a run by Davis. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it again here with Davis. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Completes it to Davis. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Trubisky to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Trubisky to throw again. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Single. Check the
It's 2nd and 8 at the 29.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordero Patterson, 29 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Turnover, that's what we do. Other way, let's go.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Off play action. Nash. And that will be incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. This one caught by Ridley. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Trubisky will throw. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Trubisky. And incomplete.
Trubisky's pass.
The Bears on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Trubisky. Able to find Shaheen here. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.